You'll slow down, you'll disappear, you'll become a burden. We've all heard them, right? The little comments, the assumptions, the cultural scripts that get louder the older we get. But here's the thing. Most of what we've been told about aging is a lie, a complete lie. And these lies, they're not harmless. They shape how we live, how we love, and whether or not we believe we still matter. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain and I am sharing 7 biggest lies we're told about aging and how we have been kept small. I hope this video doesn't challenge those myths. I hope they free you. If you're over 60 or planning to be someday, hit that subscribe button. This channel is about rewriting the story of aging, and you're part of that movement. If something I share resonates with you, please comment below. You never know who you might inspire. Now, let's get into those 7 lies we've been told. Lie number 1, you'll become invisible. You know, people warned us about life after 60, that we'd all become invisible. And I laughed it off. I thought, oh, come on. I've been through a lot. I know who I am. I'm not going to just disappear into the wallpaper. But then one day I was standing at a coffee shop and a young barista was chatting away with the person ahead of me, smiling, making full eye contact, and then my turn came. And suddenly, nothing. No eye contact, no small talk, no smile, just transactional. What can I get you? And I thought, is this it? Is this the shift that people were talking about? But here's the truth I've learned since that day. We don't become invisible because we age. We become invisible when the world stops reflecting us and we forget to reflect ourselves. For a while I played small. I tried not to make a fuss. But now I walk into a room and I bring myself with me in that room. My voice, my story, and my presence. We aren't invisible. We're just conditioned to dim our light. And I'm done with that. Lie number 2. It's all downhill from here. You've probably heard this one. You hit 60 and it's all downhill. Like life becomes a slow shuffle towards irrelevance and decay. And for a while, I kind of believed it. Every ache in the morning felt like proof, like the clock was turning against me. But once I stopped obsessing over what was declining, I started noticing what was rising. My confidence was rising, my peace, my ability to say no without guilt, my appreciation for the simple things. I read a study, the Harvard Long-Term Happiness Study. It found that people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s often reported more emotional well-being than people in their 30s and 40s. And I get that now. We stop chasing and we start noticing. We stop performing and we start being. No, it's not all downhill. It's a different kind of climb. Slow, maybe, but more scenic, more deliberate, and honestly, much more rewarding. Lie number 3, you can't learn new things. Oh, this one makes me laugh now. But I used to believe it. When I started my YouTube channel at 60, I was terrified. I didn't know much. I felt completely intimidated. And my first upload, it took me hours. And I still messed things up. That little voice in the back of my head whispered, "See, you're too old for this. It's a younger person's game." But here's what I've learned since. We don't lose the ability to learn. We're just scared to look foolish. Once I gave myself permission to be a beginner again, everything changed. Now I love learning, and I always have. I love challenging myself. I love finding new ways to express who I am. Let's be real. We've been adapting our whole lives. For many of us, we've raised kids, we've changed careers, we've survived grief, we've navigated technology we never thought we'd need. It's not that we can't learn new things. It's that we've forgotten how brave we already are. Lie number 4, you shouldn't make big changes. This one almost kept me stuck. You're too old to start over. Why rock the boat? Shouldn't you be winding down? Down from what? But here's what no one really tells us. Sometimes 60 is exactly the right time to burn it all down and begin again. I left a long career, I downsized, I stepped away from my roles I had outgrown. And I started asking, what do I want now? It felt selfish at first, scary and lonely even. But I discovered something. Reinvention doesn't have an expiry date. It has a courageous date, and mine has long been overdue. Starting over wasn't easy, but it was true. It was mine. It was something in my life that no longer fit. And guess what? You can change it too. You're not too old to start again. You're too alive not to. Lie number 5, you'll be lonely. This lie stings. There were times, especially in early retirement, when I'd look around and I'd feel this achy quiet. Friends were busy, phone didn't ring and text didn't come in like they used to, and I thought, maybe this is it. Maybe this is how it goes now. But then I realized loneliness isn't about who is around you. It's about whether you feel seen. Sometimes the most disconnected I felt was when I was surrounded by people who didn't truly know me. So I did something uncomfortable for me. I sought out a new community. I built a beautiful YouTube community. I started posting honestly. I reached out to people I admired, and slowly the loneliness lifted. Not because I had more people, but because I had more meaningful people around me. Aging does not mean being alone. It means having the right people, not just any people. Lie number 6, you'll become a burden. This lie is especially cruel. I've seen vibrant, capable people shrink themselves in retirement because they're afraid to need too much. They don't ask for help. They downplay their struggles. We try to be low maintenance, easy, and lovable. But let's get one thing straight. Needing help doesn't mean you're a burden. It makes you human. We are not meant to live life alone. We are meant to give, and we are meant to receive. Sometimes we're on the receiving end, and that's okay. You are not a burden. You are a blessing, and you are a source of wisdom, of humor, of tenderness, of perspective. If someone makes you feel like you're too much, that says more about them than it ever will say about you. Lie number 7, it's too late. Let's talk about this big one. It's too late to travel. It's too late to fall in love. Too late to write that book you've dreamed about. Take the risk. Find yourself. That belief sat heavy on me for years until I started meeting people, ordinary people doing extraordinary things later in their life. We've all heard those stories. Someone in their 70s did this. Someone in their 80s did this. Learning to surf, or publishing their first book, or falling in love. You know what I'm talking about. So what if this stage of life isn't the ending, but an invitation? It's not too late. It's just not too early to know what truly matters to you. If there's something tugging at your heart, do it. Say yes. Take that risk. These lies are heavy, and for a time I believed them. But over the past few years, I've started to unlearn them, to replace them with something better. In part 2 of this video series, I'll share what I've learned instead, the powerful truths about aging that have changed how I live, love, and lead. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button, the like button, and share it with someone you think might need to hear this. We'll see you on the next video.